Hello, this is Paul, and this is the second part to Lesson 7, or Unit 7. And we're going to be talking about a little jewel on your computer. It comes with Windows, and not many people has used it or knows what it's, or even that it's there. It is called WordPad. Now, WordPad is a very basic word processor. And it will not save files with any specific header. It will enable us to create a simple document and even get a little bit better little trick in there, which we'll expand on later on. But WordPad is a way to store a file of information that you want to save with no specific special meaning or whatever. Okay? It's a WordPad. Now, in this program, you will be able to open it up by going to the Start menu and select All Programs. All programs will open up with a menu that will take us, and we will go to hold the mouse over top of accessories and go to the bottom of that list that comes up and select WordPad. Now once you press on that, we will have the window open like is displayed, and notice the blue bar going across the top. It signifies that WordPad is running, and document will be changed when you go to save the document with a specific name that you give it. Now keep in mind that when you do save your file, you want to reflect what the note is about in a simple name as you would give it a title. By the time you have a number of notes be created, you'll be able to relate to which one you want to go to when you reopen them. Now, take notice on the bottom of the screen that it says for help, press F1. This is uniform in all programs as you work with Windows XP. F1 has been standardized as a help button, but this time the help button will be only for specific help that works with WordPad. This is not a help button for Windows. Returning to the top of our page, we take notice under the title bar is our menu bar, and it is similar to everything we find on other programs on your computer. The title bar does, the menu bar will also help you perform certain things that you want to do within WordPad. Now, looking at the file drop-down menu, it's divided in 3, 4, 5 parts actually. And the first part is where you create a new document or open an existing document, followed by saving a document as it has its present name, or you can give it a new name by pressing on Save As. Now notice also that the Control plus N are shortcuts that are used throughout this program, and they are performed by holding down the Control key while tapping on the specific letter that you want to do. When you do this, you don't have to go to the menus on the top, but can do it from within the document that you're working on. So it is good to know what the shortcuts are, especially Control S. When you hold down the Control key and press the letter S, it will save that file after you have given it a new name. The next portion of this menu is concerns printing and is usable if you have a printer attached to your computer. Now, just to talk briefly about printers. Printers have become very economical in comparison to the quality of what you're able to have. Now, one thing when you consider a printer, it's a good idea to consider the price of the ink. The consumables, which would be the ink, if you get a laser, not a laser jet, but a laser printer, the consumables will be different parts like belts and especially toner. And if you compare the price of it and how it is works on the computer, you could save some money when you consider how much the replacement of these parts are. Now, to continue on with the printing capabilities here, we look at this and realize that we can print immediately from this menu by using what is called the default printer. Many times there might be more than one printer on your computer. For example, I do have a printer on my computer that is for creating a PDF file. Not all programs will allow you to export a PDF file, while more expensive programs will do that. But if you download a free print driver for a PDF file, you'll be able to use that in any program. So what it does is it gives you a file, a printout on the computer that can be used and sent to anybody on the web, whether if they make use of WordPad or not. So that's a good, definite advantage. Next part of it is the print preview. Before you print anything, it's a good idea to see how it's laid out and how it fits on the paper. If you look at this and consider its results first, you'll be able to save a lot of paper, but most important, you'll be able to save on the ink as well. Now, if it's not working properly, or if you have a different size of paper than what is customary, you'll be able to go to page setup and make those adjustments and be able to conform your program to print on the paper for the size that it is. I direct your attention to the drop-down menu for the View section, and on there are 4 different toolbars that are displayed. And take notice that there is a toolbar. By the way, there is the check marks there that is being displayed, and if you don't want one of them being able to be seen, you'll select it and it'll remove the check mark. When the check mark is removed, then you will not see that toolbar anymore. But take notice that the toolbar that I'm pointing to right now is shortcuts to do basic functions, to be able to start a new document or open a saved one and so forth on a cross. And we'll get into some of those functions later on. However, I'd like you to notice that there is also a function there for the be able to pick the format of the text that you want to use in your document. And this is a very usable function that you can change the appearance, the size, and everything else that you want your document to look like. Now take notice also that we all have a ruler bar, and the ruler bar will allow us to know the measurements of how things are balanced out on your page. Now with this, all that is left is the status bar, and that we already discussed, but there is no spelling corrector on this program. So without a spelling corrector, you're not going to be sure of what your you better be a good speller. Although WordPad has no spelling corrector, there is something a little special that WordPad does have, and I'd like to discuss that in part 3, and also be able to give you some a little bit of help as what it's about, what it's used for, and give you some better direction of what WordPad can do for you.